We all love this word, ownership. Nice, है ना? But when it comes to ownership, it's not only about having something of your own or owning something nice. It also requires you to take ownership of your decisions and your life. So, whenever you're taking any decision, you need to know that you own that decision. And whatever the outcomes are, you're equally responsible for those outcomes. Just like makeup, whatever you choose to do, you have to face it and you have to take the consequences and the ownership of your decision. Like, this is why most of the people like to not take the decisions and they listen to the world because easiest thing is let's listen to everybody else and like let's put the blame on others. If you don't win anything, you will shove it on luck, on destiny. Maybe fate didn't wanted it to happen. Really, is fate that cruel to you? Or maybe you are not putting equal efforts as you should. Yes. So owning up things is very important. A lot of people like to have this sense of ownership in their life. They like to control their life. They like to, um, you know, the sense of you being all yourself is very nice for most of us. You know, a lot of times our parents are so angry on us because we take our own decisions and they're like, no, this is what you should do. Like generally लोग यही करते हैं तो तुमको भी यही करना चाहिए ना. ये इसलिए होता है क्योंकि क्या है ना, हमने कभी अपनी जिम्मेदारियां ही नहीं ली होती. We never own the thing. We never say कि हाँ ये मुझसे गलत हुआ है. We have always tried to blame it on ourselves. And that gives our parents so much of confidence कि हम कुछ कर ही नहीं सकते. So, when you want to be independent, you need to know the first rule is taking ownership and the responsibility of your decision, of your work. And if you can't do that, don't expect yourself to be independent. Only person who takes responsibility of their work, of their decision, is independent in true sense. And that ownership is definitely nice. To call something yours, to say कि ये मैंने किया था एंड हाँ पता है मुझे गलत हो गया ना, कोई बात नहीं, मैं एनालाइज करके देखता हूँ ना कि गलत क्या हुआ है. ये एटीट्यूड होना चाहिए व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट ओनरशिप एंड इंडिपेंडेंस. लाइक वो बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. Like last time we talked about bold decisions, now we are talking the ownership of those decisions. Like at a minute inconvenience, you cannot blame things on somebody else because that's not the right way to do the things. The right way is to respect yourself, and you had your own reasons why you did the thing, so you need to put those things out. Like I did this thing because at that moment I felt this way. मुझे ऐसा लगा इसीलिए मैंने उस टाइप का डिसीजन लिया या वो चीज़ मैंने करनी चाहिए या ये गलती मुझसे हो गई. आई अंडरस्टैंड. सो एक्नॉलेजिंग एंड ओनिंग योर मिस्टेक्स इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जितना इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि आप अपनी हैप्पीनेस को ओन करें ना. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको ओनरशिप सिर्फ गलतियों की लेनी है, बट आप में से कुछ अपनी खुशियों को भी सेलिब्रेट नहीं करते हैं एंड दैट्स नॉट अ गुड आइडिया. अपनी खुशियों को भी एक्सेप्ट करो, ओन देम. Like soak yourself in those happiness, jump around. It's like a good theory. अगर आप खुश होते हैं, कोई गुड न्यूज़ होती है या सक्सेस हासिल करते हैं, तो इट्स नाइस टू जंप अराउंड एंड मेक योर सेल्फ फील स्पेशल. So that is also important. Understanding your own needs is important. And अच्छा, इसमें से कौन सा कलर चूज़ करें हम? अगेन मेकिंग अ डिसीजन एंड ओनिंग द थिंग्स अप. तो अभी जो कुछ भी हम चूज़ करेंगे उसमें से वो अच्छा हो या बुरा हो, यू हैव टू अप्रिशिएट योर सेल्फ. सो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट ओनरशिप, इट्स ऑल्सो अबाउट accepting the things are good because you did them. Again, not blaming or like not appreciating only your luck or the power of universe. It's also your equal efforts. So sometimes do appreciate yourself. We will go with the candy here. Yeah. So, as I said, owning up is very important. See the pigment? It's nice, pink. I like to keep it here, but okay. And then I'll go with the move on shade. बीच बीच में हम मेकअप के भी बारे में बात करेंगे. Anyway, I talk a lot. So, for me, ownership is all about accepting the things and saying proudly that this is my mistake and this is my success. And everything has happened because I put my efforts into it, because I was excited about it. And nobody is to blame for the failure, nobody is to blame for the success. Whatever it is, it's mine. And I really like it. So I respect myself and I respect everybody around me. But you know that famous Instagram video, like I would like to thank me and myself for encouraging me. So sometimes you are that person in your life who is encouraging yourself and you don't have anybody else. Now, when we talk about love and all those stuff, you know, like acknowledging all the love, all the accomplishments you have, and taking all those things as a lesson of life is important when we talk about ownership. For me, it's more like accepting or acknowledging the things, even if they are good or bad, doesn't matter. So, even if they are good things, even if they are nicer things, important part is you acknowledge it. Otherwise, as I said earlier, people don't even celebrate their wins because they think like it's okay, हाँ कर लिया क्या बड़ी बात है. No, as I said, acknowledge your achievements equally, your accomplishments also. Like, I also feel sometimes when your partner comes up to you and says that you have done this nice thing and I'm so happy you could do that, and you're like, huh, I don't care, fine, I don't want to celebrate, I don't want to do this thing, or I don't want to go out. So even that I feel is not right way to deal into the things which you have achieved, which you have done good, because ultimately what matters is how you take things forward and how you behave with others. So when you talk about ownership, you also talk about how you behave with others. And sometimes if you hurt people for a very minute things which are not even important, but you still go ahead and hurt them for their expectations which are very normal, then you should acknowledge that part and you should learn from your mistakes that yeah, I did this wrong and I should have done it better way, and enhance yourself. So sorry is an important word when it comes to an ownership. A lot of people believe that there's no sorry and thank you in friendship, but trust me, your sorry means a lot in almost all the situations. It does matter. Like you saying sorry will, solve a lot of your problems. Wow, I'm loving this. And thank you is also important. Showing gratitude. We will talk about the gratitude later in some other videos, but like when I say about ownership, I would like to talk about both saying sorry and saying thank you. That is equally important. And then, as you know, the word stands for itself. Ownership is all about you acknowledging your misdeeds, your accomplishments, and taking everything as a good lesson in your life. So things are not happening to make you feel sad or something like that, but they are happening because you are supposed to be brave warrior. So good or bad, take everything as a lesson in your life, and rather than being pessimist about the things, be positive. and enjoy every moment you have. Because life is all about making the moments and acknowledging maybe the mistakes. Is it too pink? Nice shading. Shades of Life. Also, that's my book. Now let's put a bit of blush, bit of powdering, and then we will see the final look. So I hope you like today's video. I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible, but because I like to talk a lot, so maybe that's not possible altogether. Setting something with powder, you know, life is like a makeup. You can go wrong, but then you can fix it. And when you acknowledge that you were not doing things right, it becomes easy for you to fix the things. And that is why taking ownership of your work is important, because then you can easily go ahead and fix the things which went wrong. Blush. So enjoy your happiness, enjoy your sadness. All these feelings are extremely important. Even when sometimes you feel angry about something, take it as it comes. Because again, not just your happiness and your failure are important, but how you take forward your success is equally important. And your depression is equally important. So when you feel angry, express yourself. So ownership is also about accepting the things which haven't turned right for you, and accepting acceptance is a bigger thing when it comes to ownership. So yeah, that's it, and I'll just give you a boo. So this is how it's looking, pinky pinky. So learn to own up your emotions, your success, your failure, your achievements, your happiness, your anger, all sort of things in your life, because taking ownership of everything in your life, of your relationships, of your career is important, and especially your decisions. So कोई भी decision आप ले रहे हो, learn to own it up, because nothing in this life is going to be wasted, and you will be getting a good lesson and a good experience throughout the journey of life. So trust yourself and keep following me for more. All your suggestions are welcome, and tell me what next you want me to talk about. Till then, bye bye, and have a smiles and sorrows equally in your life.